Good afternoon, mugwumps. I don't know. People. Humans of YouTube. I have no spoons today. And I had no spoons yesterday or on Friday. So this video, which I need to post today, and which I want to have minimal editing and minimal just shortness. We're gonna try and do this in one take. We're gonna try and do this. Yeah, Pippin. The Green Brothers recently put out a video where they did no edits whatsoever, except for like putting funny things over Hank's face. And you know what? I'm all about that. Let's do a video where I don't have to edit out all my ums and my butts and my weird sounds and all the times I yell at Pippin. Like, you guys don't even know. That was Pippin. He just knocked it over. Okay, we're gonna lay here. That's fine. Just don't move. Just don't move. Oh, there's his next door doggy. Pippin, by the way, is very sad because the lady next door and her dog will not flirt with him. And he's used to the neighbors flirting with him because he got spoiled by these old people that lived here earlier this year. And he just, every time he hears the door, he goes running and he just wants someone to pay attention to him. So, anyway, what we're doing today. It's a minute and 30 seconds into the video. I looked at my list of potential videos and I said, what video can I just put out and just not even really think about? Low effort, low spoons. Pippin's so soft. He's so soft. Oh, there comes the butt. Oh, okay, no. I know it. I love you so much. I love you so much. And I'm just going to talk about and show you my beautiful books. And some of these are special editions. Most of them probably are. And some are not. And some of you are going to be like, Ashley, that's so like basic. And I'm like, I don't care. I like basic things. So let's look at my most beautiful books. These are, I didn't even put them in order. I just dropped them all on my table and I said, go, hey, Pippin. He wants Lily to play with him. And she won't. She just keeps screaming. Whatever. Okay, let's go first. Again, these are in no particular order, and I will tell you why I like them. The first is, I think, the pretty. There were a lot of editions of this book when it came out, and I think this is the prettiest one. I think I have the definitive edition of this book, and that is Babel by R.F. Kuang. The coloring of this is stunning. The gray with the black and white illustration and the silver and the gold and just the old-fashioned lettering, and then the Oxford Tower on the side. And I'm a sucker for like a scene on an edge. I don't like random designs that are just cluttering, but this is like really classy. And then you've got this, and on the back you've got this. It's just so pleasing. Pippin, stop it. He just growled at me. And then it's got underneath, it's got like the original cover of the book, but without the font. And then it's got this stunning character art of the four main characters in the book. And I just think it is so good. It is such a good edition of a book. This book I'm blaming for my insisting on having beautiful editions of books that I love, because I just look at it and like something inside of me goes, you know what I mean? Okay, maybe you do, maybe you don't. This is a more recent acquisition, well, maybe within the last year, and that is Howl's Moving Castle. I have never been satisfied with any of the other editions of Howl's Moving Castle, so when I saw this was coming out, I said I have to have that. It's just like, a lot of the things that you're gonna see in this are color-based because I have synesthesia and I think my brain is wired weird about color. So a lot of this is gonna have to do with color, and it's obviously gonna be very subjective, but I think this is stunning. Just the colors on this, the artwork, the detail. I love how I like on the spine, on the edge too. And then on the inside, it's got alternative cover. And then on the jacket, it's just, oh, I love this peach color. And the And then it's got her signature on it, and it's just so pretty. And then the inside is just like the sky and like a shooting star. I just think it's so pretty. I love it so much. Oh, and it's got calcifer. Okay. This was actually the first really of these like special editions that I owned, and I got it by accident. I got this book for $14 from a used bookstore who obviously had no idea that they could get a lot more money for it. And that is She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. I love the gold. I'm a sucker for gold. And then it just continues. I love when it continues, you know, the pattern instead of just being some random like stuff glopped on there. Like some of these sprayed edges are just like out of control, and I need them to calm the fuck down and know when one is appropriate. And then it's got a dragon on it, and it says she didn't just want greatness, she wanted the world, which is so thematically appropriate. And then this is my favorite part. Oh, it's so good. Look at these characters. I love them so much. They're my babies. They're my babies. I need to reread this series. Anyway, that is She Who Became the Sun. And the second book of this is really pretty also, but I picked this one since it's the first one. Then I have a book. This is the only book in these stacks that I have not given 4 or 5 stars to. Most of them are 5 stars. I gave this one 3.5, but it's so pretty that I had to keep it. And that's Honey Witch by Sydney J. Shields. This is just so up my alley with all of the colors and the gold. And then it's got honeycomb on the edges, and I love bees. And then this is where it really gets me though. The simple white underneath with the gold foiling, and this gorgeous alternative cover. Gorgeous cover. I should really flop it around, but I did it wrong the last time I flopped one, and now I'm traumatized and I don't want to mess it up. And then this is my favorite part. This is my favorite part. Oh my God, it's so pretty. It's like over the top pretty, like the folkish art to this, the old fashioned, with the gold. And there's more on the back. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Oh, you know what? I forgot to grab the devils. You know, it's fine. I don't need to grab it. I showed you guys that one earlier this year. Next up is a non-special edition. It is just one of the most stunning covers I've ever seen in my life. The cover artist should be given all of the awards, and that is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. The colors on this thing, the detail on the illustration, and it's so pleasing. Like every time I see this on my shelf, I'm like, more books need to look like this. Like I can see it from so far away. And the prequel is just as pretty. I think it's so gorgeous. Like more covers should have like detailed, actually beautiful illustrations. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's just a regular hardcover underneath, like nothing special. So, but the cover is I just love it. I love it so much. I wish I would have like a print of this on my wall if I could. Okay, next up is one of Brandon Sanderson's secret projects, and this is probably the prettiest book that I own in terms of artistic effort because of how much effort has gone into it. And that is Yumi and the Nightmare Painter with this stunning cover. This gorgeous spine. And it's leather bound with a quote on the back. A person is more than their experiences stacked up like stones. Our best moments are the foundations we use to reach for the sky. That's a bit cheesy, but that's fine. And then it has end papers and this gorgeous illustration of Yumi, who's the main character. But the real selling point on this is that it is fully illustrated. It also has blue and pink ink for all of the inner, the inside, which is pretty expensive when you have more than just the one tone, and the absolutely stunning illustrations. So, and then each chapter has its own illustration, and then it's got art, and some of them are black and white and some of them are in color. Let me see if I can find you my favorite one. Well, this is Yumi. So there's an example, but that's not my favorite one. Oh, I love this one. It's so pretty. And this one. Where is my favorite one? Maybe I skipped over it. This is pretty, but I can't find it. What the heck? This one's really pretty too. I keep opening to the same picture. I'm obviously editing this now because me looking through this book for this stupid picture is not interesting content. I feel like I'm going crazy because it's a picture in here, but I can't find it. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I can't find it. I can't find my favorite one. I can't find it. Oh, I found it. This is my favorite one. I don't know why. I like the looks on their faces. I like the food. I like the colors. Anyway, this book, I love it. Pippin is so confused about what I'm doing. Okay, and now this book, I could have chosen like I have like half of the Discworld books in this edition, but there's something about this one. It's got the same color palette as Babel, actually, now that I look at it, and that is Lords and Ladies by Terry Pratchett. The gold here of the witch dancing in the circle is so pretty, and then it's got the moon up top, and then it's the same on the back with a quote on it. And like all of these editions, these are the, I know it has a name. They're published by Gollance in England. I don't know. I can't remember. But fun fact, the Brandon Sanderson secret projects were partly inspired by the design of this collection. So I don't know. All of the Terry Pratchett books though, this is the, is there another one I can easily pull? No. They're all stacked. So it's just, oh, I love it so much. I love it. Okay, next up is a book that I do have 2 copies of, but this is the special edition. I think the original edition is pretty, and I love the cover, so I have to, when the second book is released, I have to keep both. Okay, and that's The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi. Do you guys see a pattern with the gold and the color? This is so fun to have on my bookshelf, this spine. I just look over there and I see this golden ship, and then I love the sea monster and the ship in the red. That's so pretty. And then the naked hardcover is really pretty also, gold foiling. And then my favorite part is that's Amina, and then this is a map of the world, but it is done in gold foiling. And then the back is the same, and then that's the ship's cat. That's her cat with the gold foiling. It's just so pretty. It's so pretty. I'm gonna say that about all of these. This isn't gonna be my best video. I'm just gonna tell you guys that right now. It's not my best video. It's so pretty. It's stunning commentary. I don't actually know which edition this is right now. This was a gift in a book exchange, and I can't believe my gifter got me this because well, maybe it wasn't expensive. Maybe she found it like I found She Who Became the Sun, but this is a special edition of A Taste of Gold and Iron. So this is the regular cover, but with gold foiling on the front. But it's really heavy. And when you open it up, first of all, there's an alternate cover underneath. So if you wanted to, you could swap it out. Does it say on here? Or it's from, no, it doesn't say. And then underneath, it's just gold. And then the back is a quote: "Use as much of your power as you like. You will not move me from your side." And then there are designed edges, which I think are nice and subtle. And then the inside is more of that. Same thing. And then the inside, they have this special end paper that she signed. in gold pen. It looks like, oh, it's the Bookish Box Luxe Exclusive Edition. Aw, that's nice. For the fan fiction writers who taught me everything I know, including most especially the pursuit of joy. And then it also comes with a page overlay, which actually I'm not a huge fan of this because I don't like to picture the characters. I originally didn't buy the American edition of this book because this cover, like, look at their faces are too earnest. It's embarrassing me. But this is a really pretty piece of artwork. I got the UK edition for myself, and then when this came as a present, I was like, well, I have to keep this because it is gorgeous. So that's that. And then here's another regular edition, and this is Piranesi by Susanna Clark. I just think this is such a simple but effective cover with the black, and then up close with this copper on the bottom. And then really where it gets me is the hardcover, where it spells out his name on these columns, and then there's a column in the middle. And I just think there's something so simple about this, but like artistically pleasing. And I'm so glad that I have this edition of the book, because I originally read this from the library and I probably would have ended up with the paperback, but I had to have it. I had to have this one. Next up is a book that I watched for on Pango for months, and it's kind of banged up, which is why it was so cheap, but I wasn't going to pay a lot of money for it, but I'm so glad I have a copy of it. Regardless, I think I could probably clean it up a little. The jacket's a little bit dirty and like sticky, but it is wrinkled and I can't really do anything about that. And that is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. This is the Waterstones edition. I want to take that sticker off, but I'm a little scared to do that. But again, with the gold, it's really unpredictable. This is the spine. And then the back has this gorgeous like collage with the key. And I love this. More books should do this. Like just designs without like the overwhelming color that doesn't always belong. Although this would have been beautiful in, again, Gilded Edge. Why don't people do that? And then underneath is also really pretty. Blue book with the sword and the key and the bee, which is important to the plot. So yes, very happy to have that edition, even if it is very, very beat up. We're at 20 minutes, okay. Almost done. And this one is another one that is just a regular edition, and it is probably one of my favorite book covers ever, just because the use of color is so stunning. Like you can't see this book and not, at least I can't, like just I have to stop and look at it every time I see it. And that's The Martian by Andy Weir. The peach and the orange fading into the red dust of Mars on the front, and the simple white font with this astronaut clearly lost in the middle of a storm it is perfect. This is a perfect book cover. I love it so much. It also helps that it's so rich in color. Like this is so saturated and it is so pleasing to my brain. Great book cover. His Project Hail Mary is also a good book cover, but it's not as good because the color is more black with like yellow highlights than like color saturated like The Martian. So anyway, okay, 2 more to go. Technically 3, but it's really 2. And then next up is the special editions of the first 3 books in The Expanse, and I have I have all 3 of them. They have not published 4, 5, and 6 yet. I don't know if they're going to. I really would like them to, because these editions are gorgeous. So they all have on a black space background with foiling on the front, and then they all have the shiny foiled edges, and then on the back the same color, and then they have edges, which I just like color, so I'm always a fan of that. And then on the hardcover, again, we have the fleet, which if you've read the book, you know why there's a fleet on this cover. And then the spine. And then for those who like the original cover art, we have the original cover art underneath, which I very much appreciate. And map of the solar system. I just love it. I love the use of color. I think that more books should not be afraid in, like, I think romance and fantasy-ish are pretty good with color depending on what type of book it is, but this is a serious book series and it is not afraid to douse itself in color, these editions, and they're so pretty. The Leviathan Wakes is pink and blue, and then the Caliban's War is red, and then this one is blue. So I just think they're stunning. And then the last book, not coincidentally, is like my favorite book of all time, and I have two really pretty editions of it that I love very much, and that is The Lord of the Rings. And the first one up, I showed this in my top 20 books of all time video, but this is the Centenary edition. Oh my god, it's so heavy. And I've kind of beat it up a little. It's got, I think I spilled tea near it. There's tea, I need to wipe it off. So this is, I believe, they did this edition for the celebration of Tolkien's 100th birthday. Oh, stupid hair. Because he was born in 1892, and I think they published this in 92, and they commissioned artwork from Alan Lee, who is one of the two artists, along with John Howe, helped to brainstorm the concept art for the Lord of the Rings movies for Peter Jackson, and that was because Peter Jackson had seen all of this art that both of them had done, and he said, this is Middle Earth, we need these guys on our team. And you can see, like, this is basically how it looks in the movie, this scene, when they're outside the gates of Mordor. And then, let me see if I can show you some other really pretty pieces in here. This was, I bought this in 2002, 2003, and it was $70 at the time. I don't have any idea how much this would go for now. I don't think they even print it anymore. But I actually did read this copy as well. I brought it with me to college and I read the whole thing. It was very difficult to navigate holding it. And of course it's got all of Tolkien's maps and stuff in it as well. But it's got illustrations. This is Hobbiton. This is the Shire, Bag End. Gandalf and Frodo after the birthday party. It's the elves. Where's Rivendell? I think Rivendell was really pretty, if I remember correctly, and they took a lot of inspiration for Rivendell in the movies. That's the Mr. Underhill scene. Oh, whoops. He illustrated the trolls that they see from Bilbo's adventure. Wait, did I skip something? Yeah, I did. Okay, so we're already at the Mines of Moria. Where is Rivendell? No, that's Caradhras, the mountain. Oh, I think here it is. Yeah. So here's Rivendell, according to Alan Lee. So pretty. What does the end look like? I don't remember. Here's Sam and Frodo in Mordor, and they're so tiny. They're right there. They're so little. I want to see if the scene is in there. I don't think it is. No. And that's the Grey Havens. So, yeah, it is good. And there's the White Tree in Minas Tirith. Yeah. So anyway, this is the first pretty edition that I have of this book. I have so many editions of this book. And then this is the second one. This one, I have a copy of it. I have the Silmarillion in this edition, and I still need the Hobbit. But I like the gray here because it's contrasted with the gold foil and the red and the Eye of Sauron. It has a cutout cover, and I love this. I would read it for you, but I'm not that big of a loser. Yes, I am. And it's just like there's a little eye on the cover. It's so cool. And this one comes with fold-out maps. If you want a map of Middle Earth. And also all of the illustrations in here, which there are tons and tons and tons. There's like 3 pages worth on the index. And it's also got red font, red tipping. So this is like another 2-tone book. So you can see it's red. I love just little details like that. But like you can see all of Tolkien's illustrations. So that's his idea of what the Shire looks like. Wait, I want to see if there's, ooh, the Arm of Sauron. And this is his drawing of Barad-dûr, the tower in Mordor. That illustration ended up on the paperbacks. Okay, again, the key scene is not Pippin. Pippin. Wait, why are there 2 maps? What's this one? A map fell out. That's the first map that I showed you. What's this map? Oh, it's a up-close map of Rohan, Gondor, and Mordor. Anyway, so those are my pretty books. This went on a lot longer than I wanted it to, and I'm probably gonna edit it. But I wanted to get a video out for you guys, even though I'm feeling unspooned. Despooned? Despooned. I'm feeling despooned right now. Also, my legs are sweating really bad. You want to say bye to everyone? Anyway, if you've made it this far, thanks for watching. I hope to have more engaging, energized content in the future. But, you know, sometimes a quiet video is fine. Looking at pretty books, you know, whatever. Show me your pretty books if you can. I don't know if you can link to like a shopping link or whatever. Or you can't post pictures in the comments, which is really irritating. Ooh, this chair is falling apart. Uh-oh, I have to fix it. Okay, sorry, I'm really distracted now. Anyway, if you don't have anything to say, please leave me a spaceship emoji for Abaddon's Gate. And I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, love you, bye. Pippin!